Alright folks, reflecting on my last video, I feel like I came across like a joyless twat, which is in some respect accurate. However, we're embracing meme shit today with a tier list of what is the wildest full stack team you can have in Dragon's Dogma 2. First up is the fighter vocation. Off rip, your team can go one of two ways. You either full stack on shields and you become a phalanx, or you try to embrace parry god, and that shield turns into a nice little accessory. With both of those in mind though, you gotta respect the fact that you're gonna be taking those hits. And it's gonna be a real rough time without any kind of healing. Even with Kyurgen, you run out of mats eventually. Then that fight for glory turns into a fight for survival real quick. So it's getting a respectable C tier. When you got it, you're great. When you don't got it, you really don't got it. Next up is Strider with the bow. And I can firmly say with how mobile that class is and how quick you take things down, you start to get this vibe like you're still Team 6. Like, you just come in and everything gets knocked out so fast. Before you even realize it's there, your 3 guys are on them, taking them down. Like, you would imagine that if anything got close to you, it would be raps done, thanks for playing. Really not the case. Because for whatever reason, they gave Strider a really slick moveset where you just springboard, kick off some guy's chest, go flying, backflip in the air, shoot him in the head. Like, what? Crazy style points. S tier, no questions. Oh boy, now it's Mage's turn, and it's pretty rough. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Pretty rough. And I knew that off rip. When most of your kit is minor heals, cleanses, and a stamina buff, it doesn't leave you a lot of options as far as defending yourself goes. The best chance you have is to give each mage one damage type and just let it roll from there, because if you stack too much on one and whatever enemy you're fighting is immune to that damage, it's over. You're gonna get rolled. Not even factoring in cast time, because unlike Sorcerer, Mage doesn't have that damage output. The second they get close to you, you get rolled, and it's over. You're done. Upside is, you won't die really fast. Downside is, you won't really die fast. So you'll be standing there getting your head stomped in. So you have enough time to run away, that is. And when most of your survivability relies on running in one direction as fast as you humanly can, I wouldn't say that's exactly winning a fight. That's called barely surviving. D tier. Next. Finally, my favorite vocation, Warrior. Absolute destruction. Nothing will ever feel quite as good as having 4 of the biggest dudes you can find throwing absolute tons of iron on a thing just to destroy it. It doesn't matter what it's resistant to, just keep swinging and it will die. Admittedly, this is like the brain dead vocation, just because you can just keep hammer swinging, and it doesn't ever stop. Though if I am to remove the rose tint glasses for a second, I can acknowledge that it has the same fighter problem. That once you start getting hit, and you start getting real hard hit, the best chance you have at survival is your stockpile of curatives, and once that starts getting a little low, you start to get real close to that danger zone of you gotta either or finish the fight. There is no middle ground there. So the rating it's getting, A tier. Because I am absolutely keeping these rose tints on. I love this vocation. Now that that's out of my system, on to Thief. And to the surprise of absolutely no one that has ever played this game, Thief is strong. And Thief is going to be strong in every single situation you put them in, because the kit was just made that way. Whether you have 1 of them or 4 of them, it's hard to find a point where they're lacking in their kit, and then just style points on top of that, same as Strider. We have another A tier in the books. Last, but certainly not least, Sorcerer. With the Tiamat level destruction spells, having the entire crew you have assemble for one gigantic spell is something that I cannot quite compare to in other games. It definitely feels like a special moment is happening when everyone is channeling a maester's skill together. It is next level. With the exception being, whenever you get knocked out of that animation, it feels like the worst thing that could possibly happen. Will the spell still go off? More than likely, because another person is casting it with you. But you definitely get pulled out of the moment because that moment was taken away from you. Just like in the case of Mage. However, with the Sorcerer cast still going off, whatever just knocked you out isn't going to exist for very long. Wherein Mage, the threat will exist far longer, meaning you are in much more danger. If I were being fully honest in this tier list, with myself, I should put it in S tier, but I can definitely feel where the moments where it hits flat will leave a much larger impact than the moments that are exceptional. So it has to get an A tier. With all that being said, a few closing remarks. 1, this is all just my opinion. I can be as wrong as I'd like to be, and anyone is welcome to disagree with that. I welcome it. 2, this is all just for fun, right? You gotta remember to find something to smile at today. Life is too stressful to worry about every little detail. So enjoy today, and thanks for watching. Take care and safe travels.